Where were any of you? Richard's gaze becomes more narrow. What's that have to do with the situation now? Everything, I answer, resting my hands on the table, a mirror of his stance. I'm listening. Tell me why I should issue a check today. Logan bangs his hand flat. You always had to prove something. Always flaunting how intelligent, how innovative, how unique you were. Some of us just wanted to have normal lives. Richard's hand comes to rest on Logan's shoulder. Your brother was more promising. We had to cultivate that. You were always so self-sufficient. Elaine whispers. We are still your parents. Tears welling up. In spite of everything, you owe us that. My voice remains even, surprising me. You attended my high school graduation. You missed my college scholarship ceremony. You missed the opening of my business. You missed my wedding. I bang on the table for each milestone. You missed my life. And now you wish to share in what that life has created. Caroline, Richard begins. You did not create this success, I interrupt. You do not get to share it. My phone buzzes. Ethan's text. You okay? Meeting running behind in LA. His name reminds me of Naomi Blake's words when she invested in my business. You don't need permission from anyone who can't see your light. I remember my team at Crescent Motion. Their smiles radiant as we celebrated the $21 million deal. People who chose to believe. There in my briefcase is the contract for the Rivera Media Scholarship Foundation, signed Tuesday by a board that trusts me with intent, not funds. Richard pushes the loan documents nearer. We're only requesting what's reasonable. The interest rate is very reasonable, Elaine says, as if bestowing a gift. Logan smirks, sure. Blood is thicker than water, Caroline. I rise slowly, intentionally. Their eyes bore into me, frames cocking forward. I go for my briefcase, placing it down on the table with a gentle thump. I've come to a different conclusion, I say. Logan's attention is captured by my hands as I unfasten it. Richard leans forward. Elaine curls a napkin. Rather than a checkbook, I pull out a solitary piece of paper and put it down. This is the announcement for the Rivera Media Scholarship Foundation. $16 million to establish opportunities for young women in digital media arts. I smooth the paper. Tomorrow morning we send out the press release. 16 million, Logan gasps. In her honour, named after Miss Rivera, my high school media arts teacher, the woman who showed up at my gallery showings when my family was too busy. The funds are tied up in a foundation trust. The board signed off on it last week. An avalanche of silence descends upon the table. I'm assisting girls who never received the clapping I didn't receive, I state, folding up my things. That is what family is to me. Logan's face contorts, bulging veins. You're wasting it on strangers. On nobody girls who are worth more than I was worth, I conclude. Girls who need someone to notice them, to put something into them. I close my briefcase. I've also recorded every manipulative message today, I tell him softly, holding up a recording app with a 3614 timer. Every threat, every demand, every guilt trip, just in case someone gets imaginative with legal suits against the foundation. I head for the door, heavy footsteps echoing. Behind me, Logan's chair screeches back. You can't go! We need that money! His voice cracks. I stand at the door. No, Logan, what you needed was to appear. At my graduation, my company launch, my wedding. I twist the knob. But that door has closed. The door swings shut, noise like freedom. The Porsche hums beneath me as I drive away, knuckles no longer white. Ethan's voice fills the car when I call. It's done. They revealed themselves precisely as they are. How awful was it? He queries, worry tinged in his voice. Precisely what we had anticipated. Logan freaked out when I produced the foundation documents. Dad attempted to smooth it out, but Mom merely cried about family responsibility. Are you all right? I look in the back seat, wide eyes, no crying. Better than fine. For the first time I saw them in plain sight without wishing for something else. I'm proud of you, Ethan says. Foundation board meeting at 9 tomorrow. Everything's ready for the press. The timing was calculated, protection from the law before they could prepare to fight, announcement before they could get organised. The Rivera Media Scholarship would be my gift, not their soap opera. I'll be ready, I vow. At midnight, my phone is filled with family crisis texts. I quiet it face down. 6 voicemails from Mum the next morning. pleas turning to accusations, finishing with threats of public embarrassment. You've handled worse, I remind myself, doing mascara. My navy suit waits. Ethan brings me coffee. Logan's been calling business contacts, he says. Dad attempted my uncle. Expected. I take a sip, steeling myself. They're going fast, but not wisely. The board meeting is uneventful. 12 women from finance and media vote for the press release. The first scholarship winner will be selected within 6 months. Then Janine calls. Your family's here, making a scene. From behind glass, I see security in motion. Escort them out quietly, I order. Mum's voice escalates. My daughter's leaving us. As security escorts them out, Logan yells, This isn't over. That night, I send them an email. I've documented your harassment. Any further office contact will be an official complaint. Use my attorney's contact. Caroline. Direct and clear, Patricia, my therapist, says 2 days later. We sit in her bright office, the subtle smell of jasmine tea hanging between us. Did it feel right to send that? She asks, nodding at the email I wrote offing my family's office harassment. Necessary, I say, following the pattern of the armchair. Not fulfilling. Precisely, she provides. More like drawing a line. I glance up. They're displaying what they've always been, aren't they? People under stress tend to show themselves, Patricia says. What you're seeing now isn't new behaviour, just amplified. The epiphany strikes, simple yet powerful. I wanted their affection, but they wanted my assets. That's a crucial distinction, she continues. My voice fades away as connections are made. Childhood abandonment, missing parents, their return only when I had something to offer. It wasn't my responsibility to gain their love. It was their responsibility to give it freely. And now, I go on, I realise I'm not responsible for repairing them. The truth seeps into my bones. There's freedom in that. The next morning, news breaks. Logan contacted the Portland Chronicle about a family dispute. The reporter, sharper than he expected, asked why they missed my wedding. The story paints them as absent parents suddenly interested in my wealth, not my life. Mum's social media tirade backfires, and a wave of support floods in for me. We always wondered why they never spoke of your success, writes a cousin I have not seen in years. Former classmates, business associates, distant relatives send messages of solidarity. Richard's calls to my investors fall flat. They won't touch a personal issue. The community rallies around the Rivera Media Scholarship Foundation, applications arriving months ahead of schedule. The Portland Business Journal calls for an interview. I consent, establishing clear boundaries. We'll talk about the purpose of the scholarship, not household drama. Delea Warren greets me at the Foundation's temporary headquarters. This is a remarkable project, she says, scanning the prospectus. 16 million is big seed money. What was the motivating factor behind such largesse? I answer carefully. I had a teacher who believed in me when others did not. Miss Rivera transformed my life by just paying attention. I wish to build that for young women who may be overlooked. You've had a remarkable career, Delea observes. Crescent Motion's acquisition was a tech highlight last year. Is your family proud? The question hangs in the air. I can dodge it, but I look at her. My success was earned without family sponsorship. They weren't present at my wedding, graduation, or when I sold my business. Her pen stops. That helps provide context to the mission of the foundation. The article, Self-Made Success Creates Legacy of Support, pits my largesse against their sense of entitlement. When Logan's foreclosure makes the papers, the community makes the connection without my say. Ethan increases security at home. My staff screens messages, giving priority to foundation work. Naomi Blake, my initial investor, issues a statement in support of my emphasis on raising others up, not fostering addiction. College friends create a guard around me, packing our schedule with dinners. Patricia grounds me in weekly therapy. This collective becomes my new family, conscious, supportive. 2 weeks on, I receive a Business Leadership Award from the Women in Media Alliance. Before a crowd that applauds me, I stand at the podium and see that the situation has changed. My parents must wait longer for retirement. Hannah's country club life comes crashing down. Logan's twins become public school students. The foundation prospers, its good press extending past Portland. The tale resonates, not as vengeance, but as suffering turned into purpose. Janine sets 3 finalist portfolios on my desk. They'd appreciate your feedback by Friday. I open the first file, a 17-year-old director, Maya Harrison, whose film reflects my own neglected history. That evening, I say to Ethan, she reminds me of me, bashful, tenacious, overlooked. Seeing her interview, I recognise the same fatigue from my wedding pictures. What if I'm mistaken in cutting them off entirely? I ask. Ethan replies, is establishing boundaries fleeing? No, I see. What would you say to Maya if your family treated her as theirs? She's worthy of people who recognise her value, I reply with no hesitation. The Thursday of Thanksgiving, I serve dinner at my home. The table makes room for Ethan, Naomi, my staff, and Maya, her scholarship award hung on the wall. Candles burn, laughter abounds, something my parents' house never experienced. I toast. To those who see us as we are, my phone remains off. I make the announcement over dessert. I will be personally engaged with each recipient, I say. We're making connections that count. Maya's eyes grow wide. You'll mentor us yourself? Every step along the way, I smile. This is not about money. It's about making something that counts. Naomi nods. You've built frameworks they can't compromise. As we are clearing plates, Ethan flips on the news. The foundation segment runs, scheduled during my family's dinner time. I declare with conviction, we build family through action, not obligation. The news compares the transparency of the foundation to Logan's mismanagement. Maya is wide-eyed. They're holding your brother's company up against the foundation. Facts speak, I reply, neatly stacking plates. The community confirms what my family would not acknowledge. The following morning, my parents ask for a coffee shop meeting. I show up in my Porsche, their sudden curiosity inspired by it. Dad looks older, I remark. We should have been there, he confesses, cracking voice. At the wedding. Everywhere. Mum's eyes well up. How can we fix this? 3 months ago, I'd have jumped at this. Today, I'm serene. Some things can't be fixed, I tell her. Only accepted. I'm not shutting the door on forever, but I require accountability and not convenience. Therapy's non-negotiable for limited contact. Dad begins to protest, but I drink my tea steadfast. They depart without agreements, their sports cars away, illusions broken. Driving away, freedom trumps obligation. The foundation awaits. Maya's project requires review. My chosen family awaits me for dinner. I'm moving towards something, not away, and that alters everything. 1 year later, I stand in the studio of Crescent Foundation, observing Maya change the position of her camera. What about this angle? She asks, eyes aglow. Try left, I direct, guiding like a mentor. Snapshots of scholarship projects decorate the wall. Those whose voices used to be silenced, like my own. My office, every single item selected, a reflection of my value, not shame. Maya's documentary plays, 3 generations of strong women. You're the reason I think I can do it. She hugs me, eyes shining. I remember Miss Rivera, her faith carrying me through. The cycle repeats, not of abandonment, but care. I receive a Community Leadership Award at the Portland Arts Centre. Ethan grins, no vacant chairs between us. This journey started in invisibility and ended in influence, I say. I defined worth by approval I couldn't gain. Now, it's what we create together. The applause purifies me. Patricia refers to it as post-traumatic growth, this calm with unhealed wounds. Boundaries with extended family are strong. Holidays revolve around chosen kin. Undefined Naomi's retirement celebration brought together my support network. Undefined, an emergency fund for students, is thriving. Undefined, driving home. I drive past my parents on the sidewalk. Undefined, our eyes lock. No ache. Only peace, undefined. They taught me what love isn't. Ethan and my work taught me what it is. Tomorrow I shoot again. Maya, with me present, camera in tow, making her matter. Undefined family isn't the ones who raise you, it's the ones who lift you. Up, what a ride. Caroline transformed abandonment into a $16 million legacy. Would you have done the same? Share your thoughts below. Like if you're rooting for her, subscribe for more empowerment stories, and share with someone who needs strength. Ring the bell for updates. Let's keep this inspiration going. Family is formed on support, not obligation. Make pain into purpose and select who raises you up.